for 2019 SHOT Show, talking with Marcus. And Marcus, you are from Sweden, if I understand it.
Yes, correctly.
And you are following a very similar model to the NRL. Talk to us about that.
Oh yes, it's called the Viking Rifle Series, which me and a few guys co-founded in 2018. Previously we just had separate matches, and we decided to go into one organization, keep score and have a finale and all things like that. So right now we have Sweden, Finland and Norway, and Denmark's on the way in. So we're currently I think we're at 9 matches now. There's 9 two-day matches in Scandinavia that's under the series.
So I'm really excited to be chatting with you, because I'm half Swedish, so if you wonder what's responsible for the good looks. Exactly, yes, exactly. So let's talk about the Scandinavian passion, maybe bordering an obsession for the shooting sports. I know there's some folks there that are really passionate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, shooting's always been going on in Sweden. You know, the 6.5-55, we've been using it for both, we started out with military purposes, but for sport shooting it's been around for like 150 years. Yeah. So sport shooting in general has always been a big thing in Sweden, and especially Norway has really huge into sport shooting. So a few years back, we started doing precision rifle style matches, and it was a bit slow start, but now it's just skyrocketing. I see our matches get 100 plus registrations in less than like an hour.
I mean that's incredible. I mean we see that here in the U.S. Mm-hmm. And what's the population right now of Sweden?
Like 9-something million.
And to fill up what we would consider a good sized match, I think you said in half an hour, is incredible.
Yeah, my match that I'm hosting now in April has 72 slots, and that one filled up in 3 minutes.
3?
Yeah.
I thought you did it in half an hour.
We went past 100 then.
Okay.
So for the folks that are from the US, if they were go to a match in Scandinavia, Sweden, Denmark, what would be potential differences? I mean, are the stage designs very similar?
Well, it depends on where you want to go to a match. Like Norway's got 3 matches now. 2 of them are more like field type matches with not so much positional. It's a lot of unknown distance and mountainous terrain and hiking and all that stuff. They have one like practical precision rifles match, and Swedish matches are pretty much only that type of matches, like the precision rifle style matches. We have some separate, like some rules that differ from your guys, like all movement has to be done with the open bolts, and slight differences we have just due to safety and how we've shot historically. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. You can come over with whatever you have and just shoot a match.
Are there different competitive divisions? For example, folks that are just shooting military cartridges versus something like a...
No, we do not have, like, since 308 never really became a thing, obviously, since we have the 6.5-55.
Right.
Yes, so no one shoots 308. Well, a few guys do, those who use it for hunting as well, but not a lot. So we do not have the demand for that, so we just have one big open class for everyone, since it's easier to do, and we're not at that stage where we need separate classes yet. People have been requesting a gas gun class, but before we see a great participation with gas guns, we feel like there's no need for a class. They'll show up a guy or two with a gas gun, but that's it. So a separate class for that is totally unnecessary.
So folks, I would imagine that in Scandinavia are still chasing the latest cartridge that we see here in the
Yeah, well, pretty much. There's a few guys that does that. If you go to a match, you see like 90% of the guys will still run the 6.5-55. There's a few guys like myself who are way too much into this for their own good. So I run a 6mm BR, and some guy, I think there's 1 or 2 guys who runs a Dasher. 6XC is very popular, and now I think there's about 10 or 15 guys that group order custom actions now, and they're all pretty much going to run the 6 Creedmoor.
And what are the typical distances that you see at matches?
Totally varies. My match is more of a range style match, good for new shooters looking to get into the sport, and that's maximum 550 yards. If you go into Norway, they have all their matches have at least one stage past 1,000. Last year we had a match in September when I was over here shooting. The maximum distance there was 1,700 yards.
And can you shoot on public land in Scandinavia like you can in the U.S.?
I cannot answer for Norway and Finland, but in Sweden we don't rarely have any public land. It's all private. So there's always a landowner. But if all you need is the permission from the landowner to shoot there, and you have to make a safety zone around that with the distance max of the projectiles, and you're all good to go.
And so these aren't necessarily held on a square range all the time.
It's just 9 matches on a square range. That's the only one.
Okay.
I have 2 stages outside of the range. That's the only match in Scandinavia that's on a range.
Now, for our friends in Europe that want to know more, this is the Viking series. How can they find out more information about it?
Just go to VikingRifleSeries.com, I believe it is. We're also on Instagram, just Viking_Rifle_Series. And there's a schedule and pretty much all the information you need to, just come shoot. I mean, we're going to have people over now during the season from pretty much all over the world. So we're already seeing people coming up from different parts of Europe for the matches, but now we're going to come over a few Americans and some people down from South Africa as well, I think.
Marcus, congratulations on your success and best of luck.
Thank you. Nice talking to you guys.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.